My name is Alva Roche-Green, and I'm a pediatrician and family physician at Mayo Clinic in Florida. Back to school can be a very scary time for kids. There are lots of new adventures ahead of them. We want to make sure those kids start off on those adventures in a safe way. Here are my top 5 tips for parents when sending their kids back to school. First and foremost, you want to make sure that your child has a good night's sleep. That's the best way to start off a day. A sleepy child doesn't learn very well at all. For children ages 1 to 3, we recommend 12 to 14 hours of sleep. Ages 3 to 6, we recommend 10 to 12 hours of sleep. Ages 7 to 12, we recommend 10 to 11 hours of sleep. And from ages 12 to 18, we recommend at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep. My second tip for parents is good nutrition. You want to make sure that your child starts the day off with a good healthy meal, including a good protein. The American Academy of Pediatrics also wants you to remember 5, 2, 1, 0. 4 tips to help your child have a healthier diet. 5. At least 5 healthy fruits and vegetables a day. 2. Making sure that your child has no more than 2 hours of non-academic screen time daily. 1. 60 minutes of physical activity daily is recommended. And 0. We recommend no sweetened beverages daily to make sure that your child has a decreased risk of developing diabetes when they're older. My third tip for parents is backpack safety. Do you guys remember going to high school and having that 20-pound backpack on your back? We now know that that's really bad for children's posture and their back. They end up with having back problems down the line. So we recommend that children have no more than 10% of their body weight in their backpack. For a child that weighs 100 pounds, that's 10 pounds. So children need to learn to prioritize what they're putting in their backpack. And if they find that they need to bring home more than the recommended weight, getting a rolling backpack may be a good idea. My next tip for parents is good hand hygiene. As pediatricians, we often find those first few weeks of school to be very busy for us as well. Kids come in with colds, viruses, and strep throat quite often. Remember, kids have been away from each other all summer and been collecting their own germs. They come back to school and bring all those germs with them. So children are exposed to a lot more germs during those first few weeks of school. By a few tips like having good hand hygiene, washing their hands for at least 60 seconds, for a child that can't count that well, you might want to do your ABCs or sing the happy birthday song while they wash their hands as a good guide. My last and one of my most important tips for families is to warn your children about stranger danger. We're hearing things in the news way too often about child abductions these days. One tip is to make sure that your children know to avoid strange people as well as strange animals when they're waiting at the bus stop or waiting to be picked up from school. If for some reason the parents aren't able to pick their child up from school and they're sending a friend or another family member, that friend or family member should have a password that they must correctly give that child before the child should be willing to go with them. If someone comes up to your child and approaches them and they don't have that password, your child should be instructed to run to the adult nearest by that they feel comfortable with.